We're going to have a big, beautiful parade.
A military parade?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
We're going to celebrate our military. We have the greatest military in the world.
Tag?
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Are you watching this parade? Are you watching the parade right now? Yeah, neither is anybody else. I mean, no one is watching this thing. No one attended this. Oh, why didn't somebody pull him aside and say, you know what, Mr. President, maybe this isn't such a good idea? Because right now, people around the world, leaders around the world are watching this going, Mr. Donald Trump, seems no one wanted to attend your birthday party. Oh my gosh, Donald Trump is that guy. He's that kid. He's the kid where nobody wants to go to his birthday party, and he's sitting there with the cake all by himself. But this is an absolute colossal disaster. It could not be any worse. It's just absolutely terrible. And he's getting exactly what he deserves. I don't know, everybody. Like and follow for more.
So nobody showed up to Donald Trump's birthday military parade. Here is a video from an NBC reporter who, as you see, is standing in the middle of an empty field. And this is as the event is supposed to be underway. Now, take a look as it zooms out. There's nobody there. That is miles of empty fields at an event where Donald Trump said there was going to be an estimated 200,000 people showing up. Now, take a look. Does that look like 200,000 people? It's barely 2,000. I mean, this is such a poor showing that I can guarantee that there were more people protesting against Trump in New York City and San Francisco and San Diego and St. Paul and Los Angeles and in New Orleans, where I protested today. But we didn't have a $45 million budget to support our protests like Donald Trump has for his military parade. But we got bigger crowds than him, and that's going to drive him crazy. Happy birthday, fascist.
You could see the exact moment Trump realized he was cooked. It was during his own birthday parade, when he looked out at the crowd and he realized there wasn't one. This man spent $48 million of taxpayer money on what was essentially a sad cosplay of a North Korean military parade. And he still couldn't pull a crowd. We're talking empty bleachers, confused tourists, and one guy holding up a sign saying, "I thought this was a car show." Meanwhile, across the country, millions of people showed up to the No Kings protests. Like, it wasn't even close. The protests had bigger turnouts, better music, and somehow more cake. The president looked like a man watching his own political funeral in real time. The smirk faded. The eyes got glassy. You could almost hear the voice in his head saying, Melania was right. And the best part, this wasn't just a bad birthday. It was a historic momentum shift, because when millions of people take to the streets on your big day to say, nah, we're good, that's not a protest, that's a preview. And at this rate, Trump might have accidentally guaranteed a Democratic supermajority, not just in Congress, in everything. State houses, city councils, PTA meetings. He just handed the left the best voter turnout operation it's ever had, by throwing himself a parade no one asked for. So let's keep it up. Ride this wave, organize, vote, stay loud, and let's make sure the only fireworks this guy sees next year are from his ankle monitor lighting up when he steps too far from Mar-a-Lago.
What do you think about the president? I know currently in D.C. he's having a birthday party sort of parade. What do you think about that as you guys are protesting here and in other cities across the country?
I can remember in 2016 all the propaganda that was put out on North Korea and how they had a show for Kim Jong-un's birthday and all the rockets that they displayed and the nuclear weapons. And the West took that as an insult and kind of a threat. Well, I see absolutely no difference in what's happening in D.C. right now. It's an absolute waste of tax dollars in any kind of way that you can put it. It's a threat. It's a threat to the American people that says if you step out of line, we will destroy you. We will take everything you love away. And I'm not going to stand for that. This is America, and you are nothing without the American people. And I want you to know that.
Anything else you can think of you'd like to add or mention?
If you're not angry, you're not listening. You need to be aware. It is your civic duty to care about what's going on. I don't care if you're Democratic or Republican. You have a constitution that sets freedom of speech. You have a constitution that sets freedom of the press. You have a living document that lives and breathes for the people. And that man is using it in corrupt, demonic ways. And he wants to talk about how the LGBTQ, how black communities, how POCs, how immigrants are the devil. That's only one devil I can see, and he sits in the White House. You should be angry. You should be out here with us. They don't care about you. These people, and you should show them, all of these people out here. These are the people.
Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host and presenter Eugene Tech Stories. Well, I'm hoping that you're doing super great or super fine from wherever you're watching us from now. These are one of those moments that Mr. Donald Trump won't want to be reminded. I mean, that was so embarrassing, humiliating at the same time, because get to think about it, our president of the United States, ain't nobody want to join his birthday, commemoration. And even the military themselves, they were just bored with everything that was happening there. And this led to a lot of talks. People talked about it. And especially what I like is that this an exact scenario that explains a person hating his people. This is what is happening, right? Because for the longest time, we know Mr. Donald Trump has really made the life of people of the United States so hard. So all of this that we're seeing on live broadcast or live TV is a retaliation of all the problems that a leader put his people. A city or a country that people are happy, you'll definitely see how they react towards their president. But this is not for the same case with Mr. Donald Trump, because the hilarious reactions that I'm seeing from white folks, the person who voted for him, is really, really mind-blowing. So really this tells you a lot that the problems that people have gone through in the United States make them see things like the president's birthday party is not important as the problems that they go through. That means that they can't help you celebrate all these that you think that you have achieved. What have you achieved for the Americans? That's what they're asking. What are you celebrating while the Americans themselves are suffering? So let's watch the video. I'll be back and then I'll share my thoughts in regards to this. And I think all this that is happening is so much revealing. Some people call it also entertaining because that was so hilarious. The tanks producing squeaky sounds. The silence inside there was so loud, and this tells you how empty America is, like spiritually, metaphorically. Because there's a country's president is a person that is unifying. He acts as a unifying figure. But if he can't even unify his own people that voted for him, leave alone the entire country, then that tells you there's a problem. So let's watch the video. I'll be back and then I'll be sharing my thoughts in regards to this.
People, this is their country. This Capitol building, people are supposed to come here and represent us. And they won't. So I will represent me. Yes. That's what I have to say.
Thank you. You are amazing.
Donald Trump was caught crying during his birthday parade. At least that's how it seemed, as the whole thing was a flop. Now, multiple times today during the parade, Donald Trump was caught falling asleep, looking bored, yawning. But this moment will be the image of the parade. Take a look at this. Full pouty face by Donald Trump. It is almost something you would create with AI, but that is real. Yeah, and his whole staff during the parade looked bored. Marco Rubio was caught yawning. The whole thing was just a flop. And while a lot of you are going to say, well, it's honoring the Army, you can honor the Army. You can celebrate the 250th anniversary of the Army without honoring yourself. And that's what Donald Trump did. And we know it was for his birthday because they sang happy birthday to him and presented him with a gift at the end of the parade. the whole thing fell apart and Donald Trump's face showed it all. Meanwhile, the No Kings protest were a resounding smash hit. Smiles everywhere. Well done, America.
So hey everyone, did you see the photo of birthday boy Donnie yesterday? It looked like he was not having a good time. Very low attendance. Here you go, check it out. He just looks absolutely miserable. Low attendance and rain. Oh well, deal with it. It was a lot more fun at No King's Day. Over 5 million.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but you give up every right to talk about wasteful spending, military sport, and caring about women when you celebrate a $45 million birthday parade for a draft-dodging rapist.
Hey, yo, y'all seen Trump's little weak-ass parade today? Bruh, this was 30 minutes before it started, and it's damn near empty, y'all. I mean, you can hear an echo through the crowd in that bit. Meanwhile, the streets have been packed. Millions of us out here for the No Kings protests, taking over cities, coast to coast, baby. But
well, it looks like it's raining on his parade, quite literally. They expected like over 200,000 attendees, and I don't know if you guys have seen some of these videos out there, but the bleachers are empty, the streets are empty, it's not full. And I get he's calling it a military parade, but let's be real, it's not about the military. It's about DJT, okay? It's about him because it's his birthday. He wanted to flaunt the huge crowd, just as one thing that he's always talking about, okay? Here's the other part. Meanwhile, at the same time, there is well over, they're reporting anywhere from 4 to 5 million people engaged in peaceful anti-Trump protests around really the world, throughout every state in this country, and as well as 19 other countries. So kudos to everybody out there who's being positive. I was in Las Vegas and I witnessed this crowd marching through the streets, and it was really great to see the peaceful, they had police escorts. There was even a little scary situation where there was snipers on the roof. But it was all protection, and it was really great to see just the nonsense that's being portrayed out there, is how horrible these left liberals are and all of that stuff, how peaceful everything has been today. So kudos to everyone that did a great job. Sorry it rained on your parade, dude. Sorry, but not sorry.
So the first moment of Trump's birthday parade fell flat. As the national anthem ended, everyone expected a traditional U.S. Air Force flyover. But no jets came. Hegseth took office in January 25th, 2025 after a tight Senate vote and has been pushing for strong military presence. A missing flyover is a significant misstep in an event that was meant to showcase military pageantry. The official timeline for the flyover is precise. They are scheduled to happen with the final note of the anthem and a moment of national pride. This time, it did not happen. The Pentagon has not commented, and neither has the White House, because obviously they're still at the parade. But just last week, Hegseth defended a costly $143 million National Guard deployment to Los Angeles and faced criticism for disclosing secret war plans on a Signal chat. So when a military display fails, it's more than a technical hiccup. It goes directly to the heart of the reputation of the defense secretary. For a leader whose career is built on optics, strength, and spectacles, this was a potentially embarrassing beginning. Follow me on Instagram, Substack, and TikTok for all breaking news, full reports, and all updates.
New footage shows Donald Trump looking incredibly depressed at his birthday parade in Washington, D.C. He's sad that nobody showed up. Take a look.
In 1914, years of escalating competition between European alliances culminate in the outbreak of the First World War. The two sides engage in a savage war of attrition, defined by opposing trenches, barbed wire, poison gas, and mass casualties. The United States initially maintained its neutrality, but was eventually drawn into the conflict in 1917. Despite having less than 130,000 soldiers at the beginning, the Army eventually grew to over 4 million, with nearly 2 million.
He truly looks inconsolable. He's upset that nobody showed up to his birthday party. Nobody went to the parade. It was raining all day. And meanwhile, millions of Americans were out in the streets protesting against him. Donald Trump's birthday today ended up being one of the worst days for him of his presidency. And I enjoyed every moment. I gotta be.
We'll never know how much this parade cost the American people. How many lives could have been saved with health care paid for, as they rip the health care away just to pay for a, who knows, $45 to $150 million parade. The amount of money that could have helped people in health care and the cost to save lives, and they want to have a fucking parade. I guess the Craigslist ad did not work for him, as nobody hardly showed up. There was more protesters than there was fucking actual people coming to see a fucking dictator's dick. And that's exactly what he's trying to provide us, how long his dick is, which we already know it's fucking short as fuck from the prostitutes he paid for and the woman he raped. Because remember, she didn't even know if it was a penis or a finger that went in her. So there you have it. Happy Father's Day.
79 years of life, and this is Donald J. Trump's worst birthday ever. And that's saying something because we know he was teased as a kid. Because, I mean, wouldn't you tease the guy? Look at him there. He's so disappointed. It's my party. I can cry if I want to, but I have to be strong. I have to be a tough Republican man. Melania's there like, dude, I cannot believe you made me show up for this. There's like a few thousand people here. This is embarrassing, man. What are you doing? Pete Hegseth's over there like, oof, this is kind of rough, man. I gotta text the boys in the group chat, see if we can get a drink after this. This is absolutely brutal. What a complete failure from this group of incompetent people. Today was an absolute failure for them. No King's protests, millions nationwide, every big city, all 50 states standing up against fascism, standing up against dictators who think they can throw some North Korean Kim Jong-un, look at me, I'm the man type parade. Well, listen, Donald, the people have spoken today, and the people want you gone.
Donald Trump's birthday is today, June 14, with his military parade. But it is not looking good for Donald Trump right now. As you can see, this was taken literally minutes before his event started. He pictured that 200,000 plus people were going to show up, so he got a lot of security. It's a big field, but not even a fraction of that has shown up. There's more people out there in the Los Angeles, San Diego protests than at this event. A lot of people in the comments are starting to question, did he really win president? Because this is showing not a lot of people are messing with him anymore. His parade also started a little bit earlier due to the fact that it's supposed to rain today in Washington. So they're trying to get the parade out, make sure they don't get wet. Reports are stating that there is like 10 to 11,000 people there. But remember, he wanted 200,000 plus, so that's a fail. The parade is going on for a couple of hours. A lot of people are saying that this is pretty much a fail. After the parade, there's going to be a firework display, but I don't know if it's going to happen if it's raining. Reports also show that people are not traveling from around the world to go see this parade. It's pretty much the people that already live there. But the protests, I've been seeing a lot of people came from different parts to Los Angeles. But I'm very curious to know, what are your thoughts about all this down below in the comments? And like always, don't forget to follow for more viral news. Ciao, peace.
We have big news right now. It looks as though Donald Trump's military parade is looking to be somewhat of a dud. He expected over 200,000 people to show up in Washington, D.C. There is nowhere near that much right now at the military parade. It actually has started early because of rain chances this evening. So it's literally raining on Donald Trump's parade. And there are estimates of over 10,000 folks there, but it's nowhere near the 200,000 that he wanted or expected. So many are calling it to be a dud of a military parade. Now it's going to go on for a couple hours, and then we're going to have a fireworks celebration in Washington, D.C. But I will say this. I've been on the ground in Washington, D.C. throughout the day, and it really just seemed like a normal Saturday. There weren't a ton more people just because of this military parade. So it wasn't like people are traveling in from all around the world to go to this military parade. It really just seemed like any other Saturday in Washington, D.C. And now we're seeing images from the parade, and it's just not looking like it's coming anywhere near the 200,000 mark. Spread the word. I'll do a full breakdown on my Substack, linked in bio, so subscribe for free and follow along for all the news you need to know about more to come.
Tell me why President Trump's birthday parade looks more like something you would see from Wish or from Temu. He's sure getting what he asked for. When you see China and Russia and North Korea all doing their parades, there's not a gap in those streets. and there is probably 10 times more military personnel that's marching. They just giving President Donald Trump what he wants. And not to mention, $25 to $45 million. Ha! You know what we could have done with that kind of money? Seriously. But he has Elon Musk over at Doge cutting things that are in the millions of that, saying it's a wasteful expense. My son could have built him with his little tanks and little army trucks. He could have done the same type of parade for $10. I'm telling you what, let me know what your thoughts are on the Trump birthday parade. If you've been watching it, I respect the Army. I love the Army, and it should be all about them, but it wasn't. And that's why there is a lot of backlash going on today. But let me know what your thoughts are in the chat, and if you found it very supportive for the Army or President Donald Trump. Bye.
I watched Trump's military parade last night, and it was boring. Watched it live. The weather was bad. No one looked like they wanted to be there. Not even Trump himself. Poor turnout. Some of the worst TV I've ever watched. Also, what's with the marching? They can't sort of march in unison like everybody else. They were just walking past like... the highlight was this guy with his carrying a drone, just showing it off. Carrying a drone. Like, here you go, everybody, it's a drone. Like, it's...
Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host and presenter Eugene Stories. Well, while it might look so funny, but I would like to give it a critical take. First, I know all those reactions are hilarious. Some are entertaining, some are really good to watch because I know everyone is laughing. It's Mr. Donald Trump and he's made the Americans go through all those crazy things. But let's take a broader reflection of all these things that are happening. First, the president, usually any president of any country, when they are having something like, a parade or an assembly, it is usually a performance. This is usually being met by a performance. But now, a president who should be a unifying factor of the country because he's a symbol of unity of the United States because he represents different races. I mean, conventionally, it speaks for different races. It speaks for different groups of people. But this doesn't seem to be the truth because he is the number one public enemy. Ask anybody in the United States who is the enemy of the United States. They'll tell you it's Mr. Donald J. Trump. So that's what is happening. And all these are symbolic to the extent that it symbolizes the emptiness that the citizens of Americans have towards the America itself. Because if they cannot come and help celebrate all these things, it means that there is an emptiness in them. And they don't see this as a person who can really help them. Because white America took all their hope and banked on this guy, only to find a rude awakening, only to find that all the promises that they were given, it was never delivered, only to find that everything that they thought is green, the grass that they thought is green, wasn't greener. And think about it in this way. Black folks tried. They really tried to warn you about this. But you take it for granted. All these groups, Hispanics, Latinos, Asians, they were all warned about all this will happen. But at least from the look of things or how they try to treat this scenario really tells you that they have come from a stance that they now understand the struggles that black people went through. And so they have the mechanism. There are those things that they can, fight by hurting Mr. Donald Trump, by not showing up in his birthday parade. And I think that's important. That's good because it really sends a message that, man, you're on your own. All you ever did is to make the lives of the people of the United States so hard. And so what they're doing is just a reflection of what you've been putting him through. And so I really, really, like to know, how is this really, really important to the Americas? So I decided to, share people's reaction towards this, what people said about this, because the world is laughing. everyone is laughing. And everyone laughed at Mr. Donald Trump. So somebody is saying that the taxpayers paying for this is just a waste. Yeah. You can see the tanks. And people are asking, the taxpayers that pays, this is what they find? Because those are the activities that are happening and people are not attending it anymore. Somebody is saying that estimated 70,000 of U.S. peaceful protesters in Seattle. It was pure joy, dancing and singing. I think this is a person who's trying to bring the contrast between the protesters and the number of people that attended the Mr. Donald Trump birthday parade. Really a big contrast, because people are fighting for justice while you holding a birthday party. It means that you're not listening to the problems that your own citizens of the United States are going through. So that shows where priorities, where the Americans themselves are put their priorities. Also, somebody was saying that was the Army's private protest. They bought out World War II squeaking relic tanks. Troops are not marching but walking. Look like they're saying this is some BS. That's crazy. I don't mean to laugh, but yeah, it happens. Somebody's saying that the late night hosts are going to have a field day with this. I can't wait to watch Kimmy, Colbert, and Mayers. Somebody's saying that this is a total waste of money. Indeed, they arranged, the taxpayers' money did this. They arranged for all of this, but people didn't attend for some reasons, and you know why. Question is, where is MAGA? Yeah, that's an important question, because that's the one who endorsed him. But I think I answered that question by the beginning of the video when I started saying that the priorities of people really changed after they realized that what Mr. Donald Trump was doing was not for everyone. I mean, it was not for black people, was not for the Americans themselves. Because when white America endorsed Mr. Donald Trump, 92% endorsed Mr. Donald Trump, they thought that he's going to be standing for the rights of everyone. But look at how things stand. It didn't stand in their favor. So what happened? What happens is that they retaliated by not showing up, by changing their priorities. People are protesting. And so really that really shows where their effort is. Somebody said that this is mind reader. This is what Trump was thinking at the moment when his head was down. Oh my God. What an embarrassment in front of the world stage. I'm laughing. I'm the laughing stock in the world. Let me see how I can blame this embarrassing low volume, low energy, low turnout on Biden. Oh my God. God save me of this shame. Oh, damn. God can't save me because money is my God. I'm a billionaire and even money couldn't save me. I couldn't even pay people to come to my parade. I guess there is a God after all, because he made it rain on my parade. It happened. It was crazy that it happened. And it had to happen that way because when the oligarchs think that they have power, but they don't know the true power is in the people. Look at how crazy it looked like when people could not show up to Mr. Donald J. Trump's birthday parade. It was a total disaster, right? Somebody said that 48 million of our money was wasted on this. It really happened. Somebody said that if Trump dies, the next parade will be like a carnival. There will be dancing in the streets, costume, music. Even Melania will attend. Probably yes. Probably not. Somebody's saying, bravo to the beautiful young lady around 525 mark from the GA wearing the American flag. What she said. I think everyone is just tired of this craziness that is happening. So definitely, people are trying to find the solution of what is going on. Really, let me know what your take is on this. That was really hilarious seeing all those people talking about this. But again, it's an important discussion because all this is a reflection of where the Americans themselves are putting their, their efforts or are putting their priorities. Priorities change. So let me know what you think about this. I'm your host and presenter, Eugene Stories. But until then, let me see you in my next video. peace, love, and harmony. Salute.